But we don't have these that we sign.
Right, that's just covered.
Excellent.
Okay, let me go check it and make sure.
All right. All right, they're going to check to see if that's ready. That's right, it's chair, majority, and third member.
I don't like that.
I don't either.
I have no control over that.
You are live.
Good, this is the SOS form, is that right?
Yeah, that's the SOS abstract. And certification. I can mark that to find that.
Okay, so what is this over here? This is about, is this different? Certification of data search? This is, one says Mark, one says Jason Kennedy.
The one that says Mark.
So since I see Mark here, we're gonna do the one that says Mark.
Yes, Jason earlier,
Give me the crop.
now it's Mark.
And certificate of election, fabulous. Okay, I'm gonna destroy this one that says Jason Kennedy.
Feel free.
It's fine. Okay, we are back in session. Betty, we are live, correct? Okay. All right, we are back in session. And we need to go in executive session, we need to state what happened. So let's do that. In fact, Commissioner Price?
Yes,
I'll let you handle that.
all right, so, we have come to a compromise. Well, I want to start with Director Poe. We all think you are a hard worker, we all think you care deeply about this commission and the votes of the people of Pulaski County, so that is not in question. But by your own admission, there have been some, say, challenges throughout this election, and some things that have gone a bit awry. But we do want to move forward, all of us, right? We all want to work together and do what's best for the people of Pulaski County and make sure that we make this process as modern and streamlined and just make it a better process as we move forward. So that being said, my motion is that these are the kind of things we would like to see from you.
Okay.
We would like to,
So, in lieu of decertification.
in lieu of decertification,
His certification is contingent upon.
hold on, I'm getting there. I was going to get to that at the end. But in lieu of decertification, these are the things we'd like to see from you. We would like access to a OneDrive, which I know you already have, with all of our standard operating procedures, basically our daily procedures, our election procedures. And I can provide you this list.
Okay, thank you.
Access to all documents that the commission uses, such as letterheads and templates and things like that. Access to any press releases. We would like to create an updated inventory process, and we'll work together on that. We would like a little bit more budget information, so a month-to-month comparison, a year-over-year comparison, like how does August of 2020 look compared to August of 2018? And I know you have all those numbers, so just putting it in a different format.
Okay.
And then also access to all contracts that we're currently under and any contacts that the commission uses on a regular basis have access to that information. So that's what all goes into OneDrive. We also, and this is a conversation for Jody, but we want to explore having, not just explore, we want to have cameras in the tabulation rooms, like set cameras, so that we can always be recording those processes happening. So if anything happens, anything's called into question, we can just go straight to the tape.
And
Find it in the ballot register. And then finally, we would like to have a weekly status update from you, just very brief bullets, what happened this week, what's coming up, how can we help as commissioners? So then there's no confusion. You know, if we need to come in and help with something, we know exactly where to fill those gaps. So all these things we would like for you to do, and if you could get all these done by January 1st, 2021, because obviously you have a runoff, then you will not be in danger to be decertified. So that is the deadline for you to get these things done. Otherwise, you would have to face a stiffer penalty. Is
Understood.
that good?
I just kind of want to make sure I elaborate a little bit. So, what we're looking at is making sure that on the one side, we have all processes. So exactly, and some of these might have been written down right now, but I'm assuming they probably are. That everything from coworker training, the actual processes that you implement while you're doing coworker training, to actual coworker training, to absentee canvassing, to processes of when the printer drops off ballots, how do you go read them, to all the way to the end of boxing the ballots. Are you following what I mean by
I got you.
that? Okay.
When you go to the clerk, how do you pick up the ballots?
Yeah,
How do you bring
every
them back?
single piece of the entire process, including just day-to-day operations. As well as, contact list, information like, if you have to do a notice, what does that entail? Who do you contact? What do you do? What do you use? What are the templates you're using? Anything that is involving the commission. Our names on it, it's our statutory obligations. It would be a process that if none of you existed, which that's not what we're saying. We're just saying, that would be something we would have to do. So that's the part I'm talking about. Not things that is part of your administrative duties that is simply the county.
And it creates consistency.
It creates
Because you all won't be
consistency.
here forever, so this is something that 5 years from now, 10 years from now, people can pick up and say, well, this is how we do it.
Exactly. It's something that should always be done. But also, it helps us look at stuff and be able to see how we can improve something or maybe streamline. So, I spend most of my day looking at processes and policies and how to maybe streamline or see holes. And hopefully we can be able to really see things and, be prepared. And when we come to a meeting, maybe we'll look at different ways, we're not looking at the same time. But I can see something and say, okay, this is something I could see how this would be beneficial if we did X, or if we gave you these tools, then we could probably improve this and make this work this way, or this is how we can reconcile this way. And then I can come to you and say, here's some ideas I have, let's talk about it. But we can't do that unless we have it. And we just simply have to have it. Then having the cameras, and something we talked about previously, is really going to help, put trust back in Pulaski County. I think that's a big step for us. Because right now, there's just a lot of, with everything that's going on, there's a lot of doubt. And we want to show that, hey, we're going to show you that we're good. So I think this will be a huge step for that. But again, with the forms and the templates, it also gives us some ideas of how we could better market ourselves. Maybe update some things, make it more modern. We've been using some of the same things for a long, long time. And hopefully we can help with that. And so especially like coworker recruitment, ideas for maybe internships, maybe to help out when we have these elections. Something I talked to Jody about, one would be great to have something help you out communications, for example. So just things that we can be innovative and more strategic on. So yeah, all of this needs to be done and completed by January 1.
Yes.
And if there's any questions on any of that, please immediately reach out to us and we'll make sure that we're, clarify anything. Or if there's something that you're not sure is that really something we want, just call us. And we'll make sure that we're very clear on what is that, that's something that should be included or not be included.
So that is my motion.
Second.
Several friendly amendments by Commissioner
Second.
Starr.
You don't have to, I'm like, Betty, you guys don't have to.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Well, I just want to thank you all.
Mr. Troll, it's been a long night. Can we stay comments to the very end?
Sure.
I would like to, I think that was a perfect time.
Okay. I feel like you can make comments when you're going through the speech.
I think
But go ahead,
it's
Mr.
a
Troll.
perfect time.
Well, I just want to thank you all for reaching out, and I look forward to working in a more collaborative fashion with the commission and taking advantage of all of your talents.
Thank you.
So that we can move the election process of Pulaski County forward for the benefit of all people.
Thank you, Your
Thank you.
Excellency.
Okay, so what's all this stuff we have?
All right.
I mean,
We
Yes,
got started.
we have this, I guess we're gonna start with our provisional certification.
So,
Is that our-
Marcus here for-
And I see Marcus here, we want to take care of him first, so he doesn't have to stay with us the entire night. Unless you want to, you're welcome, you are always welcome. And
The washroom is great.
Oh, yes, you have been.
It's very entertaining, isn't it?
This has been a long time coming.
So do we need to, we already voted on the provisional certification, did we not? Mr. Poe? Did we actually,
On the final
on the
certification.
final certification?
Yeah,
Should we
Generally,
just,
generally, you don't vote on that prior to the final certification,
We just signed it.
you decide it.
Okay.
Oh, you just signed it.
okay, so, Harrison?
I'll be in Florida this time next week.
Don't, yes, you have not crossed on the mistake, unlike our last meeting, sir. Too soon, sir. I think Mr. Harrison's got jokes.
No, I do not. Unfortunately, I'm not a funny person.
That was not funny.
That's not what I do too.
Okay, Scrooge.
Scrooge, listen, Scrooge. Listen, if you've got it,
It's gonna stick. I'm
it
gonna,
is.
next time you see your kid, be like, you know, his name.
Mr. Fogel hates Christmas.
Yeah,
Yes.
That is not true.
He told Santa that he couldn't come.
yes, he did.
I do actually object to Santa,
See?
See,
because
Scrooge.
that's not the purpose of Christmas.
Oh, I agree.
It's true.
But you can't integrate it.
That's just a bonus.
It's really sad. Well, there could be kids watching, so I think.
So, but,
I'll hold my personal opinion, so we're not in.
yeah, I feel that's a good idea.
And just so you all know, all of our YouTube videos are kid friendly.
I don't know about that lately.
No, I mean, like, let's say, kid friendly.
Okay.
Okay,
Next.
so, next on our list. So we have our printout, our unofficial result printouts. Mr. Poe, do we need to, these are just for us, do we need to sign any of these?
No, like,
Okay, I just want to make sure. I'm gonna take this copy, it's my copy, I don't need
yes,
to sign
it's
it.
yours, we can print as many as we want.
Okay. So, I've got Amanda lead us through this, and I think there's multiple copies of this form because one goes SOS, the clerk's office, and us. Is that the three entities that gets these?
Yes, SOS, clerk's office, and fire.
Okay, so we have an abstract about cast at the 2020 general election, nonpartisan judicial runoff election held in Pulaski County, Arkansas on the 3rd of November 2020. Here's what it says. It says, we hereby certify that the attached is a true and correct abstract of ballots for the candidates and/or issues named herein in the 2020 general election and nonpartisan judicial runoff election held in Pulaski County, Arkansas on the 3rd of November 2020, as shown by the attached returns. Witness of our hands as members of Pulaski County Board of Election Commissioners, this, and there's a blank, the date, will be signed by the chair, the majority member, the third commissioner, sorry, just third. I feel like I value you more than just the third.
He's the third this time?
Well, it's chair, majority member, and then third. member.
Oh, I
Because
thought that
Because Commissioner Starr was the third in the past, so.
Yeah.
It's fine, we're moving around,
Like,
rotating.
yeah, this is a form that's generated from SOS, and so it's, I guess it's the report. And then at the bottom of the form, it says, this is the abstract to be mailed to Secretary of State. Elections Division, State Capitol Room 26, Aurora, Arkansas 72201. They waited 15 calendar days after the election, and the report was generated to the state. So, that's what this form says. It's in triplicate. I would entertain a motion regarding our results, and we did have we had a lot going on. We did certify everything but 32. We had that motion already.
Correct.
So I guess we don't need another motion to sign this because we've already done that. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fill it out. On this. 15th day is November 2020. We'll give this to 10 orders. first time using it. Is this the first time using your?
I think
Your
it
new
is
stamp?
actually.
Get a bond size for you.
It's much cheaper than ours.
And then we signed the very last page of this report, is that correct?
That's just the report, the certification is actually the first page. And then
That we have signed, the triplicate that we signed.
Right.
Okay, so this is just the actual report, those will be attached to you.
Right.
Okay,
Can we don't initial it?
I don't think we normally have in the past.
do we do anything, this report's just attached to it, we don't do anything with this report?
No,
No?
like basically, it's attached to the cover sheet, and then it follows a complete document.
Sweet. Can you get a scan of this with the, report and email to the commissioners, have a copy of our signature pages as well with this report? And just email that to us.
Yes.
Let's go
I've
together.
got the report itself in the PDF. if you want to scan it.
That's fine, send us PDF, that'll work.
Thank you.
So we have our certificate of election, and I have to sign each one of these for each race. We don't need an additional anything for that, because we've already gone through that, we just need to sign each one. So we want to divide it up and just divide it on through here and so it's fast.
Let's rotate.
That works.
Just give me a third of them.
A third-ish. Ish. I'm gonna make sure that's on mine. Just give this. And they all say third, so the third. Go
So this one is. This is it's like.
So it's a little bit lower on the page.
2 pages. It starts on page 2 and it's very strange.
Do you want it?
Is there a way to make that one that's on 2 pages, 1 page?
If you want to do two pages,
There's several like that.
Go ahead and, Mr. Cole's gonna go ahead and fix it.
yeah,
This one.
Let me take a picture of me working at my office. Sitting
Yeah.
Just send it to you while you're at the beach. So you can see there's a little snake in you. Stack of paperwork.
I'll take a picture of the alligator. And then it reminds you of all that you
Oh, yeah, there.
and some trees and moss in it.
I do like that little Bayou mouse. That's it. Something.
sign a lot? If Bailey knew there was such a thing as a stamp, I think she'd want one. Just to have it.
And, what have we learned from stamps? That Commissioner Price has his own stamp because he's fancy.
Yeah, you can order them off Amazon for like $10.
Yeah.
I bet I can get a better deal with $10.
Hey.
Oh, you got election jokes. Mr. Harmon's got like jokes, but you got specific election jokes.
These are all done.
100% down with everybody?
I believe so.
No, that's so, no.
No, this stack is done. You already have your John Paxton cover. Chrissy Star's already on this.
Here's the stack that's on.
And we have you know what, we still have remakes, Mr. Poe, and I'm just a little concerned that we can still give you remakes. I'm not. I thought I was sort of taking a plague with remakes this election. It is. You got your done? Did you mark it?
She did not.
Did I mark it as, no. Oh, I did not mark it as no, I'm not gonna do that. Yes, you also.
We're gonna get it gigantic.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be spelled right.
Oh, no, no,
Not
I don't
too
know
much.
why this focus square is here, I just, sitting on top.
The fact that people misspell that drives me insane. Cancel. It's one L.
It's one L.
But it's so
Wow.
canceled. Listen, it's so canceled, there's two L's, that's how
It's
canceled
not.
it is, no? It's extra canceled.
We're not British.
So,
Right. So that's how it's done.
Yeah, it's like behavior than you, know?
for yourself.
Spell the right way. I see things so clearly, like, if people put an extra space.
I like the
between
little,
sentences,
how you do your signature, Bryce, I like how you do.
Like on email, like,
The little swirly.
I can see your space.
It's a nice signature.
It's that. It's that.
Once again, you're fancy. Everything about you is
Or
legit.
calligraphy.
Did you really? Well, you should have helped me with my wedding invitations.
I've actually written invitations for people like that.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Well, I do have Christmas cards.
Tis the season, Bryce.
I'm pretty excited. I did a lot of stuff. I'm like, I am going to know these.
It's
my goal. I haven't sent Christmas cards in a long.
I've got the address.
Yes, you do. Maybe they can send you our. I can find you.
That's not creepy at all, so. I can track you down, I can find it.
I can find you other ways. It's creepy how they can find people.
All right, is this it? Are we done? When we get done with these, are we done for this evening? Okay, so,
I would like to know what the next meeting.
yes,
Or
that was
the
my thing.
next 2 meetings are about, so we can
Yes.
put that in the information.
So, Wednesday, I mean, do I have it, do I do a contingent call for a meeting in the event there's not location?
Well, that's what I was wondering, is there anything on the list that's for the runoff on
Yes.
Wednesday?
Yeah, we don't do donate
That's what
certification.
I was thinking.
Okay, so we're gonna meet on Wednesday anyway for LNA certification?
Yes, and one more thing is, a couple of our polling locations backed out, so I'll have to do a couple of, do some
Did it really?
changes on polling location orders.
Is it COVID?
One of them was COVID, a couple of them, like, one of them was being sold.
I thought they still want to be associated with the election.
The church being sold?
Oh, so. The new owner doesn't want to do their civic duty and like help out the people with Pulaski County?
But Bart's trying to chase these folks down
All right.
and figure out everything. There's like, I think 3 or 4 that we haven't got a call back on yet.
Right.
think it's at least 3 that haven't returned up all yet.
And we're still doing the same protocol around for the PPE,
Right.
Yes.
stylists and all that.
Yes.
Okay, do we need any additional equipment, any additional stylists, any of that stuff from SOS that they provided over
Your
here?
request,
We should have enough left over from the general funds, like we ordered an additional 20,000 styluses.
Yeah.
But they probably have some left over.
Make sure one color per polling location.
Yes,
Oh, we don't just have red and blue, like we got multicolored this
Yeah.
time.
Shouldn't we have some of that sanitize this place?
Yes,
Yeah.
like I was planning on it whenever we got back to normal-ish.
I'm not sure if 2020 is normal. Okay, so surprise, we're gonna see what polling locations we can possibly have on Wednesday. We're gonna make that decision and make some changes, okay? Wednesday, we also gonna revisit, House District 32, depending on the status of litigation, if there's any court orders, et cetera, if they change certified or not. What else for Wednesday?
Just that, right?
Just those two things? And then what's our next meeting after that? What's the next thing we have to do?
Election day.
We
First,
won't have to do anything else till December 1st?
Yeah, like the last thing we have to do for the runoff is LNA. We took care of everything else on Friday.
Go team. All right. So let's do this again on Wednesday at 5:30? 5:30? 5:30 for Wednesday? Does that work for you, Star?
yes, that's what we have said. And then the first, we're getting at 9 o'clock.
Do we need that late for a small, or I guess we have a bunch of different?
Well, we have all of North Little Rock, so that might take a minute.
Yeah, we have that's right, the mayor race. Okay, I can do 9. I can do 9 on Wednesday.
I have a question. Someone's made a comment that we already have. We have been discussing cameras for several months and about them not being available in the areas that we discussed, but Susan Edmond just tweeted that apparently, I don't know what I'm talking about, and cameras are already in all those locations. So do we have cameras in those locations currently?
We don't have any permanently installed cameras now, we just kind of move our cameras around.
So when Ms. Inman was here, there may have been cameras with.
On the tripod,
Right.
everybody moves around.
Right.
Yeah.
We're talking about permanently.
This is
installed.
permanently a fixed camera, like a security camera.
Yes.
So they don't have
No.
cameras currently there? To be clear, they're not cameras
Not
currently in those locations as we've been discussing this for about 6 months now. Okay, thank you.
Although, like, one thing I want to say is, luckily, we won't need the secure storage area after this general election. But we cannot put cameras in the showers.
Well, no, we're gonna have a different security system.
We forgot to mention that we will never want to use the shower.
We're never using the showers again. We discussed that. We're gonna have a different security
That
system.
makes me so nervous.
We're not gonna have water pipes and
Water.
spigots. No, not worried about, sorry,
Yeah.
that's a mistake. Okay, anything else for good of the board, commissioners, any further business?
Not
So
for me.
thank y'all for sticking it out.
Yes, thank you all.
Then we are adjourned until Wednesday at 5:30.
Thank you.
When services received, please email me.
What?
When services received,
Oh, for absolutely,
please
let you know.
email me.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe they'll have service at our next meeting.
That's 8:30.
I don't know.